we are in a low growth environment.
Yeah.
You may have seen the latest numbers from the IMF. It's 2.8% this year, a drop from 3.4% last year. It's also low by the standards of recent history. We've been averaging about 3.2 to 3.4 over the past decade. So we are really in a situation of low growth globally. Now, having said that, we, of course, need to make sure that this meeting is used to look at how do we get out of this. So there is a certain sense of agency in terms of what are the pathways to grow in the near term, midterm, and long term. And so we really look at those three horizons of growth. And the first one, the most immediate one, is really the fact that we are in China, we are in Asia. If you look at the analysis again, that was recently put out, up to 70% of the growth that we're seeing globally is coming from Asia Pacific. So we need to be aware of the growth markets. Now, the midterm horizon of growth, as we see it, and it's at the heart of this meeting, it's called the New Champions, is entrepreneurship and innovation. And we are saying that we need a new generation of entrepreneurship and innovation. And the third horizon of growth that we see, and that's why we are also here, is around, of course, we need to work on it every day. And let's face it, we have headwinds in terms of some geoeconomic developments, but we need to work on cooperation, because if you do not work on cooperation, you will not be able to get out properly and in a sustainable way out of the low growth environment globally. In a nutshell, we have these three horizons of growth, and of course they're relevant also to, as we see it at least, to the Chinese economy, and how along all those three axes, of course, kind of the near term, midterm, long term, it's so important. We are talking almost a $20 trillion economy with China, and so if the predictions are now for China to grow over 5% this year, that's adding $1 trillion into the global economy this year. So it's really very pivotal that all these opportunities are realized despite the headwinds, and that's why we're here.
As you watch China's economy from close up, what do you make of its ability to navigate these risks?
So it's important because I think we need to take very seriously the fact that we have not had enough dialogue, and we have also not had enough opportunities to learn about each other. This is, for us, of course, the first time we're gathered here in person for a global meeting with the World Economic Forum. We believe that we need to have public-private cooperation and partnerships to move the needle on net zero, to move the needle on how trade can contribute to net zero, move the needle on how can we actually successfully enable an energy transition that will be both sustainable, but they will also be providing secure energy supply, and that will be inclusive. So we really have a lot of quite complex issues in front of us, and of course China is engaged in shaping some of these and engaging in some of these common challenges.